Hey guys, we're here at the Gull Lake Public Access again, and the last time we were here we went north. This time I think we're gonna go south. So as usual, I thought I'd bring you guys along because I so rarely come to this just wonderful body of water. I so rarely come here that I've just got to come back here more often. It's just, you know, Monday through Thursday when it's not so busy. That's the way to do it. So let's launch the boat and we'll see you out there. Okay, this looks like a really cool looking point. It might be pretty cool to fish. I'm not sure where I'm at, but I did come a very long ways across the big body. So this is Squaw Point Road, and I guess this is Squaw Point here. I think there's a bass tournament out here today. There's a lot of bass boat trailers, and I've seen like 10 bass boats already. Well, that may be an exaggeration, but a lot. There's one right there. Smallmouth. Nice smallmouth. That's a nice fish there. See that? It's definitely a bass tournament out here. Tons of bass boats. Very nice bass boats, I might add. So I was watching football yesterday. I generally don't, but it is Sunday. And I started listening to what the commentators were saying, you know, the sports announcers, the broadcasters. It's kind of creepy. Now, I do realize that if you are a starter in the NFL, that you more than likely have a special talent or definitely probably in better physical condition than most. Let's just face it. You have a skill level that is... You made you an NFL starter, right? And as a starter in the NFL, I guess the minimum salary I heard last year, maybe wasn't that long ago, I heard a starting salary for like a third string or fourth string player was in the 300,000s, maybe 400,000 of dollars. which is great, you know. I'm not saying they don't deserve that. They probably do, you know, if they're that level of athlete. Yeah, pay them what they're worth. But what's kind of creepy was the way these sports announcers talked about these players. It was almost godlike. You know, they would mention a player even before there were, I guess, I don't know if it's like planned that way, but even before they admit anything they did wrong or false, they always have to spend, you know, proverbial minute or two building them up. You know, this guy is the greatest player ever in the history of all mankind. You know, he just made a mistake this one time. You know, that kind of thing. It was, I don't know. I guess it's always been kind of that way. I mean, what are you going to say? I mean, I don't expect them to sit there and criticize and say bad things about people that they're covering. But there's got to be some kind of, I don't know. Great people are not football players. They can be, but they're not. Not always. Great football players shouldn't be talked to like they're godlike. And they elevate these celebrities and athletes to the point of, it's like we should be in church or something, you know, the way they talk about them. It's no wonder that the youth in today strive to be a celebrity or an athlete, or which is fine. It's just that, oh my gosh, we got to stop elevating people to this kind of status. I mean, just because a guy's rich and famous, or a famous actor, I'm talking on the right or the left here, just because he got famous playing a guitar or you know, starring in movies, or he's a great athlete, doesn't mean he knows what he's talking about when it comes to politics. You know, it just doesn't. I think a guy, an everyday, let's just say an everyday Joe American, a guy, I would consider myself that, and a guy that kind of pays attention, I mean, not obsessively or anything, but pays attention to what's going on in the political environment in the country, would know 10 times more than any athlete, famous athlete or movie star, because we're actually living it. I mean, they live in a bubble. Maybe not when they first start out, because you notice when these celebrities and athletes first start out, they get in front of a microphone, they're very humble, they're very thankful that they got there. And as the years progress and as the years go by, and if they get better and better and better, they seem to get more arrogant and more condescending and talk down to you more. And it seems like they're all of a sudden now, they're the they're the know-all, be-all, smartest person, that you should listen to this guy because he starred in a movie. And because he's famous and he starred in a movie, we're going to bring him out in front of a microphone and tell him what you need to do, or what you need to hear. That's truth. I get sick of it. You know, this, I actually did. I actually had to mute the sound of it because the fawning and the over the top, just over the top. You know, I guess you could call it idolization of a person who plays football or stars in a movie. It just, I don't know. Maybe when I was younger, I guess I really never thought about it. I guess I really never paid attention. But man, these people, I guess I should play you an example of what I was listening to, but sportscasters were announcing this football game, and they were like, this is so-and-so, he's the quarterback, he's the greatest family guy, has the greatest husband, the greatest wife, the greatest girlfriend, boyfriend, he's a pillar of the community, they elevate him. I don't know if it's just to sell the game or whatever, but pay attention to it the next time you watch a football game. Listen to how they talk about the players, and you'll notice exactly what I'm saying. You'll notice it. Now that I've brought it to your attention, you'll notice it. It's so over the top. At least I thought it was. Let's get back to fishing. If you want to fawn over somebody or talk about somebody that way, I mean, let's face it, these actors and these football players, they're not life and death people, you know? They're not out there risking their lives for their nation and for their beliefs, and they're playing football, they're acting, you know? Let's start elevating God, you know? People aren't God. And it seemed like that's what they were trying to make them. To me, that's what it seemed like. It's just over the top. All right, this is Steamboat Bay. That is obviously a lodge. It is Madden Lodge right there. Look at that. Wow, look at that. Oh my goodness, look at that playground they have in front of that place. I wonder what that is. This is pretty amazing. That has got to be some kind of big resort to have all those toys. Yeah, everybody's getting their suntan on. I don't know what that is. Sure is nice though. And there's a lot of people playing paddle boards and a bouncy house and whatever that thing is. That looks fun. Lots of kids on whatever it is. Hey, it's 11 o'clock in the morning. They're drinking. Bass fishermen, big old bass boat. Thing about bass boats that's cool is they're designed and they're built so it feels like you're standing on a dock no matter where you're at in the lake, or usually no matter how rough the lake conditions are, when you're standing on the front of the boat. Okay, we want to turn around, go back through here, and we want to go up to the Army Corps of Engineers place where we camped before. That's what I want to do. Okay, here's the public access. This is the Army Corps of Engineers. This is where we went when we were camping. We showed you on that camping video. That looks like the beach there. Ooh, it's getting pretty shallow here. Nice and weedy. That would explain why there's fishermen right there. Yeah, that's the beach that Candy and I walked around and showed you right there. We're coming up to a Mission Point, or Hunter's Point, that goes into a place called Wilson Bay. That looks like an island up there. Yeah, we'll fish around these bulrushes right here. See, here's the channel markers to go up into the bay, and there's these bulrushes here. And there's some beautiful homes. I had a guy comment on one of my videos yesterday or day before, whatever it was, about how much crap I had and how, you know, basically saying that, you know, I had a skid steer and a tractor and some chainsaws and a camper, and but I'm blessed. I do not deny it. I'm very blessed. But it's not who I am. It's not any part of me. You know, everything I have is old and used, but they look past that because they don't have it. And my gosh, I don't look at the guy that lives there and get all indignant and jealous because he's taken somehow from me to get to where he is. I don't think that way. People think that way though, believe me. You'd be a YouTube get on YouTube, read your comments after a couple of videos. No matter what you got, I don't care if you're living in a trailer or a tent, someone's gonna be jealous or mad at you. It's just the way our country is these days. No matter where you are in life, somebody's always gonna have more than you. Someone's always gonna be more physically fit than you. Someone's always gonna have better looking girlfriends or wives or houses or tractors or there's always going to be somebody with more than you. You're going to spend your life being jealous of other people. I don't want to spend my life that way, and I come from nothing. It seems like some people, I know for a fact, they justify their possessions on YouTube. Well, I got this because I saved money and I had 12 years investment in this thing and I cashed it out, and that's how I was able to buy this 5-acre property or whatever it is. It's like they're just, they shouldn't have to justify it to anybody, you know? Even if it was given to them by their parents, for Pete's sakes. You know, it's nobody's business. Some people, life isn't fair. Some people have to work harder than other people. It's just the way of the world. Some people are born with a silver spoon in their mouth and I'd say more power to them. Even if they treat me like crap and they're arrogant as shit, I don't care. But people, they care. I don't know why, but they do. They care. They just do. They think there's only one pie in America. And they think goodness sakes, he went into the weeds. Well, I got the fish too. The fish and the weeds. Where was I? Oh yeah. The media divides us. They teach people that they try to teach people that there's only one pie in America. And if one person gets a big piece of the pie, that means no one else can get any that kind of portion of the pie because this one guy took it all. That's how people think. That's how they think. I don't know why. That's just what they think. So they don't think there's enough pie left for everybody else because this guy has so much pie. The reality is there's an infinity. There's pie for everybody. There's enough. There's a million pies. They just don't understand that because they don't have what this guy has, that it's because somehow this guy stole it or cheated them or just want to bang your head against the wall sometimes with people. There's no such thing as just one pie. There's an infinity. I can't even say the word. There's as many pies as there is people. It's just you got to go out and get it. Had to retie my line. You know, after you catch several fish, I usually go with 3, but I've been bad about doing that. You really should pull your line out and retie your bait, because a lot of unseens, blemishes and frays in your line that you really can't see that are there, and you don't want to lose a big fish. I lost a lot of big fish by being lazy. I mean, I let them go anyway, but where was I? Oh yeah. Pie. Or whatever you want it to be. There is as much of it out there as you can imagine. It's just a matter of it being served to you or you go and getting it. And sometimes it could be either. The people that get the maddest are the ones that don't have it, and they need someone to blame for it. I was sitting around untangling my line, and I caught a fish while I was untangling the line. Yeah, buddy! See, that's the reason that you see a lot of older retired people driving Corvettes or driving that 1969 Chevy Nova. It's because when they wanted it the most, when they were a kid, see, I'm explaining stuff to you. The reason you see that is because, hypothetically speaking, when this person, by and large, not all, but I would say most, was a kid, like I was saying, they couldn't afford one. But now that they're older, 70s or whatever, they can afford one. They want one because they can afford it now. So dumb as sometimes as they look, you know, you got some 75-year-old guy wearing the little Pierre hat driving a Corvette around. Well, that's why. It makes him feel good. You know, he always wanted one. He couldn't afford one. Now he can afford one. So now he has one. Which is badass, right? They're having so much fun. Jet skis, you can hear them all over the place over there. They're just round and round and around. Yeah, if I had one, that's what I'd be doing probably too. Big ol' ossifree there. Big ol' ossifree. Another Gull Lake bass. That's a nice one there. Alright, I think that's enough fish for today. I'm gonna drive around a little bit and then head in. It's a long ways back in. This is a massive body of water. So, gotta keep my eye out for the channel markers. This is Monday. I don't expect there'll be a place to park here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Anyway, God bless you all. See you on the next one.